hope you're having a great day so far. I'm Leslie Gilbert. Welcome to LeslieInMotion.com. Today's topic is all about stress. What is stress? So when we think about stress, we all have our own ideas, perceptions, feelings, thoughts, these images that come up when we think about stress or being stressed. Even what we look like under stress, like how we operate in a stress state. So in today's busy world, we're typically talking about chronic negative stress. So yes, there's more than one kind of stress. You can have a good stress, which is a eustress, or you can have something that falls towards the negative, which is going to be a distress. Not all stress is created equal. So under eustress, we're going to have an energizing feeling. It's going to be positive. We're going to feel like we can handle what's happening. Under distress, our performance goes down. We're going to get tired. It's going to lead us to fatigue, and it's going to feel a lot like unpleasantness. We're just not feeling good about what's happening. So that's distress. You've heard me say it before, health is our natural state. So when your body is working correctly, you can easily deal with good stress, you can easily deal with distress. So when we get stuck in a chronic stress state, that's when there is a cascade of trouble that happens in the body and mind. When I talk about stress, I'm talking about this chronic negative state that negatively affects your overall well-being. So think for just a moment about your life and anything that feels overwhelming to you on a regular basis. Maybe something that feels hard or difficult, or maybe something that no matter what you do, it feels like you're struggling all the time. Anything challenging, bring those things to mind. And then I want you to consider this. All of those things that you're experiencing fall into one of three categories. So it's either a physical stress or a chemical stress or an emotional stress. So we got three categories of stress. Everything you're experiencing falls into one of those. Physical stress is going to be a broken leg, a pulled hamstring, or when you hit your funny bone or nail your shin. Those are physical stressors. Chemical stressors are going to be any medications you take, alcohol you drink, certain foods can be a chemical stressor, exposures to pesticides, stings from bees or wasps or other bugs and things would also be a chemical stress. Emotional stress is a big one. It's going to be the death of a loved one, a difficult boss, arguing with your kids or spouse. So for me, understanding that stress falls into three categories and that's it, it takes all the pressure off. It starts to shift your mind going, okay, so I'm experiencing some unpleasantness or some things that I'm not enjoying about my life, but guess what? It only falls into three categories. And once you understand what category your stress is in, you've done the biggest step in working your way towards resolution, and that is identifying what is happening. So when you identify a physical stressor, a chemical stressor, or emotional stressor in your life, boom, okay, next step. You've already done the hardest part. You've recognized what's happening. It might be helpful to note that stress can fall into more than one of the three categories. So for instance, if you're having an emotional stress, that is typically also going to be accompanied by a body response. So you may have poor posture, you could have the rounding or hunching of the shoulders, you may or may not have pain as well. It is important to note that things can fall into more than one category. Not all stress is going to be the same for each person. So what I mean by that is what stresses me out may be a cakewalk for you and it's no big deal. Or what I need to deal with that stress in terms of a practice or a technique for stress management, it may work in one instance, but in another set of circumstances, you might need a different technique or a different practice, a different way to deal with that stressful situation. Stress is a huge topic full of subtlety and nuance. The key is taking this huge topic of stress and stress in your life and breaking it down into manageable parts. Then you can discover the root cause and we can work towards dealing with that. So if you'd like a little stress relief today, click on the link to subscribe below and a guided meditation will come right to your inbox. I hope you have a great rest of the day and I'll see you soon.